yo, started from the bottom of the barrel, New York down to the Thames. See, I got on the apparel, champion hood check, Yankee for the check, done so much for rap. They wanna thank me in the wreck, kept boom bap alive. I hustled in the ghetto with goons that survive, real fathers that provide, break barriers trying to reach farther than the skies. I thought there was.
What's really hood, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Bodhi with Don Dada with another roll in the cup for y'all. As we seen, I'm starting off no introductions, no nothing, no craziness. We finally found out who the AO crew, because I don't want to call them the Calling Card Attackers. I think that's mad corny if that's their name. I'm not really feeling that, but I was excited for this, right? I was mad excited for this. Y'all know it because I've been talking this for ever since we seen it. And I did say I thought that Akira was, I thought he was going to be the main guy, but he's one of the pieces involved in this group, right? As we seen. So, obviously you see Raven, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of guys who are finished, right? Like, they're done. I'm not saying Raven can't wrestle from time to time, but this is tough because when we had something like Contra Unit, which to me was the greatest faction in MLW history. I mean, let's just keep it 100, right? Josef Samael, who we know as the Sheik, or if you don't know as the Sheik, you know him as Josef Samael. He's the voice of Contra Unit, right? But now if you know Sheik, you know his in-ring work. You know how talented he is. That's a one-of-one kind of guy. Like, you're never going to get another Josef Samael ever again unless it's Josef Samael. Can Raven be that? Not to that level, but can Raven be the voice where you're like, oh, okay? Because we know Raven could talk. It's one thing that we've known for mad years since his ECW days. And, he was even in Impact Wrestling. He did his thing everywhere. But at this point of his career, I hope he takes that Josef Samael role where he's the voice of it. He talks, he gets involved once in a blue because let's face it, Akira's a bad boy. Ricky Shane Page is a bad boy. And you got these two guys out there. If he can keep you intrigued, if he can cut promos like Josef Samael did, because there's a big difference between cutting a promo for yourself and cutting a promo as a faction, right? Like being the voice of the faction, being the mentality of it. Now, obviously, you see everyone saying trust in Raven, right? You see Ricky Shane Page say it. You see Akira say it. You see MLW trust, is this trust in Raven? Hashtag trust in Raven. But can he, as a leader, right? Can he deliver a message that you buy in on? Because this is cool so far. So far, we're like, okay, we got the faces behind the mask and all these attacks. We see what it is. Dope. We know it's now Ricky Shane Page. We know it's Raven. We know it's Akira. I'm really excited to see what they do because if this can feel, it's obviously dark. It's going to be more hardcore stuff because that's these guys' lanes. And once again, sorry for my voice. But I need so much out of Raven because the last great faction had Josef Samael. And I keep saying that because it is what it is. When Josef Samael talked, you bought in. Hate the guy, love the guy, whatever. Pause. But when he spoke, you listened. He made his group look like the greatest thing that ever happened. Jacob Fatu is a freaking superstar. That guy's a world champ on any company he go to. Let's just keep it 100, right? Daivari, some people might say, he's a jobber. He came and he was the Iranian super soldier Daivari. That's a crazy name to bang with. You know what I'm saying? You had Ikuro Kwon, who's a badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gotts, I forgot his name. Simon Gotts, talented brother. You know what I'm saying? There was pieces in there that you're like, damn. And he made every single person, this group, I think it was called something like, I don't remember. It was like Terror or some shit. It was wild how he talked, right? Like, he's king of fucking the mic. That's what Josef Samael is. Raven needs to be that. Raven needs to make his group, like, feared. Make them feel like they're bigger and badder than anything else. Now, the tough part's going to be, we do know that you have Sam Adonis, John Hennigan or Johnny, any name he comes out with, he's going to be with Tai as well. And they're all under El Jefe. So you already know that's one group. You got SST with Jacob Fatu and Lance and Juicy. That's another group. You know, you got the Bomaye Fight Club right now. They're like a tag team kind of thing because there's only two of them. But, you know, let's keep it 100. Alex Kane, he's going to recruit. It's what the brother does. So you got a lot of things going forward. How do you keep this faction feeling strong? Because it was Contra Unit versus everybody. Contra Unit took out everybody. They didn't give a shit. Can't really do that when there's so many groups involved and the roster's not really big. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Raven has to come off and be the face of fear. He's got to be the voice of you know, intimidation. I'm not saying he can't because I know the brother can. I mean, Raven, that's what he does. He talks shit. My one knock with this is ECW been gone for mad long, right? And I know everyone's going to say, oh, but, you know, the fan base is loyal to Fit. It's been dead for how many years? And you tell me you couldn't get somebody else now. I'm not shitting on Raven. Like I said, I think he could be a great, you know, a visual piece for this group. But damn, man, like, I mean, you had Sandman a while ago. You know, you see all these old guys popping up, and you're like, I get it. You know, you're trying to hit a niche. But, like, come on, man. You could have gotten anybody else that's young and grow this group. And this is what my beef is with some companies, because if you look at Contra Unit, right? Why can't Contra Unit go outside of MLW and become the biggest faction? That's kind of like Bullet Club. Bullet Club was on they had independent shows. They were all over the place. They pull up with their shirts and shit and look fire. Contra Unit should have been that. Contra Unit should have been in every promotion. Everybody should have wanted them because that was special. When you build something that amazing, you got to utilize it to its full potential, and it stayed in-house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been global, and that's how amazing that product would have been because, like I said, Joseph Samael is a one-of-one. Jacob Fatu is a one-of-one. That's just facts. You don't get guys like that. They're like when you're an athlete, they'll say like Michael Jordan is a once-in-a-century or a lifetime kind of player. Kobe Bryant, once in a lifetime. You had that with Contra Unit, you know, and it is what it is. I understand wrestling and politics so corny and shit, but this group, they got to do something crazy off rip. Right, they can't just these little beatdowns with the randoms, you know. And I'm not saying Killian Cross, you know, or Killer Cross, whatever you want to call him. He's not a random, but he's a random in MLW. He was there for 2 seconds, bang, gone. That's it, right? Like he's nobody there. They got to do something where you sit back and you go, oh shit, they're not playing. You know what I'm saying? They got to do something so crazy that they leave a mark, and that's what they have to do. They have to leave a mark so we can now say, that's what I know them for. I remember when they did that, and then this happened. You know, they got to build on doing something fucking nuts. That's just what it is. I'm going to give you guys that for now, because I got one more to do, and I don't want to lose my voice. But if this all falls on Raven, if Raven could sell this, it's going to pop. If Raven is just kind of, all right, well, it's Raven, it's going to be tough because these guys, they're going to wrestle their asses off. They're going to beat people up and do what they do. But you need it to sound special. And that's all falling on Raven. Because you remember Joseph Samael's shit, every time he talked with something different, Raven can't spew out the same shit week in, week out. Every time he gets on a fucking mic, it has to be official. Every single time. Keeping it 100. I'm all for this AO crew or whatever they're going to be called. I do not want to call them the Calling Card Attackers. That shit just sounds lame to me. But this is the group I want to fall behind. I want to enjoy. I want this to be something dope. Obviously, I'm a Bomaye Fight Club guy. No question. The big homie's Alex Kane. But let's see where this goes, because I'm going to keep talking this hardcore. It is what it is. I'm out of here. Deuces.